enormous fortress grounds, a sentry ushered Aidan and the other officers past the old keep to the North Range, where stood the more modern buildings of the castle. Luck rained down upon him when he found the dining hall spread with platters piled with meats and slices of fine white bread to fill his gullet. Aidan continually ate like a glutton, yet never managed to put on an ounce of fat. Tankards of ale in hand, he and Lieutenant Fraser Macpherson headed from the dining hall to the long gallery, where the music had already grown jaunty. Though constantly at odds with him, Aidan always stepped ashore with the stout Highlander, the son of the Macpherson lad. They quarrelled like brothers, though if Aidan had to choose anyone from the crew to watch his back, it would be Fraser Macpherson, or the captain. Aidan jabbed his mate in the ribs. "Why did you choose a beaked mask? You look like a charlatan. Isn't that what a masquerade is about?" Macpherson's grin stretched under the ugly black nose. "Besides, the lassies like charlatans." Aidan rather doubted such wisdom. "Do they now?" "Aye, but you wouldn't ken anything about that, young pup. 2 years my senior, and you're so much wiser in the ways of the world, aye?" Pushing through the crowd toward a gathering of more masked gentlemen, Aidan took a healthy swallow of ale. "Too right," Macpherson slapped him on the back, making froth slop down Aidan's doublet. He brushed away the mess. "Well then, why is it I outrank you? That's easy. Your father's a duke." Nothing like a cutting slight to make Aidan's gut clench. Most every officer in the Navy was the second son of a noble lord. "You ken as well as I, my da has nothing to do with my rank." Holy Christ, how many times must he prove himself? Being the second son of a duke should have made his lot easier, but thus far his birthright had only brought a heavier burden. Aidan had learned early on that he had to be better skilled with a sword, have better aim with a musket, be wittier at the captain's table, and sing like a lark while doing it all. His biggest problem? Aidan hadn't yet perfected the art of being a rake. According to every officer he knew, Aidan should have established his reputation in every port in Britain. Unfortunately, thus far he'd failed miserably. Of course, he blamed the Royal Mary's ridiculously long stints at sea. How, in God's name, was a sailor supposed to gain experience in the boudoir when aboard a ship full of foul-mouthed, smelly men? Jesus, I've died and have gone to heaven. Macpherson's jaw dropped like a simpleton's while he gaped at the dancers. Aidan followed his friend's line of sight. He inhaled sharply, and his fist tightened around his tankard's handle. The woman dancing a reel smiled as if a dozen torches formed an archway around her. She wore a shimmering blue gown, and her fair tresses curled down the back of a slender neck, secured by a plume of feathers. Though a bejewelled mask hid part of her face, by the smile on her rosy lips, Aidan could tell the lass was bonny, possibly the bonniest woman in the gallery. In an instant his breathing turned ragged, his curiosity sizzled. If only he could slip behind her and untie the mask's bow and reveal all of her face. Was her porcelain skin completely flawless? She skipped and twirled like a nymph. Above the drum and fiddle, Aidan caught her laughter, not high-pitched like a silly girl's, but sultry, stirring a base desire that had become familiar. His heart practically leaped out of his chest. Macpherson gave him a nudge. "I saw her first." Aidan arched an eyebrow. "Stand down, that's an order." Being a senior officer did have its merits, and before the braggart could make a move, Aidan strode straight to the line of dancers. He tapped the lady's partner on the shoulder. "Cutting in." The man gave a haughty cough. "I beg your pardon. Have you officers forgotten your manners whilst at sea?" "Forgive me, sir. I meant no impertinence. 'Tis just that the ship sets sail at dawn and I haven't much time." Perhaps the rake in him had finally come to call. Aidan handed the man his tankard of ale.